9 were born under the shadow of Mount Kenya. 9 ostriches flew from their sacred base at the top of the mountain. They rode, horse-like, on the waves of the wind, in the 8 directions of the wind, and one toward the centre, with 9 trumpets announcing the birth of the beauty that later spread into all things we call beautiful. The fame of their beauty spread to Ethiopia and Egypt and other regions. Young men lost sleep in dreams of the beautiful ones. Each would secretly leave in pursuit of the image in his dreams, each following whatever river he first came across. Some followed the White Nile, with origins in Nyanza. Others followed the Blue Nile, with origins in Tana. Others followed Niger, rumoured to flow underground from the Nile. To others, the Senegal, the Congo, Bangui and Kasai were their rivers of promise. Another group trusted their dreams to Orange and Limpopo and Zambezi. When the river led to a cul-de-sac, it trekked through forest and mountains. The ladies of Egypt in those lands followed their young men, not believing that mountains could produce beauty to rival that born of water. Beauty born of a mountain, how can it beat the beauty born of water? There were many who lost their way, and wherever their journey came to an end, they would plant a spear. And when a daughter of the waters caught up with them, they felt as if their dream had come true. They built a home to give birth to new dreams. It was the search for the beautiful, the sacred and the secure that gave Africa different peoples, clans and settlements. 99 finally reached Mount Kenya, as if they had prior agreement on where to finally meet, or as if an unknown power had driven them to Mokorowene. An arrow whistled in the air and landed at the feet of those in front. They stopped, each holding firm his weapons, ready to defend themselves against an invisible enemy. But from all sides the arrows continued to rain down, barely missing their toes and legs. They stared front, back and sides, but they could not see the enemy. Then they heard a voice command them to lay down their spears and all the other weapons they held and place them under a tree. Obediently, they put down all their spears and swords and clubs. Then they saw an elderly man and woman standing before them. He wore a cloak, colobus monkey hide. He held a staff in his hands, and from his earlobes hung large earrings. The woman wore copper rings around her neck and hands, and a long brown leather skirt and dangling colourful earrings. In her hand she held a sword and a long-necked gourd. Their eyes seemed fixed to be on the strangers. Their stance looked peaceful. Is it possible that it was these elderly folk who rained the arrows from all sides and from above? Have you come in peace or war? The old man asked. Before the men could answer, a young woman appeared before them. She wore leather gowns and bead earrings and necklaces and copper rings around her neck. She held a bow and arrow. On her back hung a quiver of arrows. she seemed ready to launch an arrow at them, but her face was enigmatic. Was the face that of one about to laugh, or about to wage war? Before they could fathom the mystery, they saw more beauties appear. Some stood in front, others to the sides, but all equally armed to the teeth. After the men had fed their eyes to the full with the sight of the beautiful braves, they knew that they had indeed arrived at their destiny. Their fears vanished.